This is video 2 for lesson 3 in unit 3, atoms and elements in chemistry 1. So in the last video, we talked about what is an isotope. And we're going to see that there are a couple different methods in which we indicate how an isotope is written. And the first method is called the hyphen method. So in this method, we write out the element name dash A. And A is, if you recall, is the mass number or the number of protons plus neutrons. So if we use our example from before, carbon 14. So this tells us the mass number or the number of protons and neutrons added together is 14. The second method we're going to call the nuclear method. And this is what nuclear scientists use to denote isotopes. And this is what it looks like. So X is going to be the element symbol from the periodic table. So if we're looking at carbon, we would have C. A is our mass number. So I'm going to use our notation up here. So we put the mass number as a superscript in the left-hand corner. And Z is our atomic number. So we might have to look that up on the periodic table, and that's the number of protons. So A for carbon, we said was 14, and it had 6 from its atomic number in the periodic table. So we put a superscript of 14 and a subscript of 6 on the left-hand side. So that tells us how many protons and neutrons and how many protons we have. So we're going to be able to use either one of these notations, the element name dash A or the nuclear method, to complete information about how many subatomic particles there are. So we have relationships among all of these things. So we know that Z, our Z number, is the number of protons. And we look that up on the periodic table. We know that the number of electrons equals the number of protons. And this is because atoms are neutral. So if we have 6 protons that are positive, we have to have 6 electrons to cancel that out. So however many protons we have in an atom, that is equal to the number of electrons for that atom. Now, we're going to see in a later chapter that we can remove or add electrons to an atom, but that changes its overall charge. It's no longer neutral. In order to figure out the number of neutrons, that is going to be the mass number minus the atomic number. So protons plus neutrons minus protons is going to equal neutrons. The other way we can look at this is A minus Z equals number of neutrons. So in our next video, we're going to actually look at this little chart, and we're going to be given certain identifying things that we can figure out everything else. So before we start looking at these examples and you move on to the next video, make sure you have your copy of the periodic table out because you will need it.